What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Football Minds podcast, episode 2. We finally reached the end of the group stage. Looking forward to the knockout stage. I'll be your host, Alessio, alongside me, my co-host, Yus. Yus, what's going on today? How are we feeling?
Very good, Alessio. How are you?
I'm good. It was an exciting, well, some games were exciting,
Yeah,
some groups were exciting, others were a bit more disappointing, but it's
boring game
international.
sometimes.
Yeah, it's international football all the same, and we were definitely missing an international tournament. We haven't had one in a while. So today we'll go through the groups, go through what impressed us, who didn't impress us, and kind of look ahead to the round of 16 games coming up this weekend.
Yeah,
Sounds
starting
like a plan?
Saturday.
Starting Saturday. It cannot come any quicker.
So you want to start or I'll start?
You'll start this time.
Okay. So so for Group A, so obviously Italy finishing first. Now, obviously the big surprise here is Turkey finishing last of the group with 0 points. I think if I'm not mistaken, it's the lowest. Yeah, it's the lowest. It's the only team who lost every game in the group stages, which is if I would have known this before the if someone would have told me this before the Euro started, I wouldn't have believed it because with the team Turkey has and the players they had and the season every player had, I did not see them finishing fourth. But they didn't know how to, like, every game they had was just like they didn't have any like action. They were like the midfield and the offense was way too far apart. Ilmaz was always alone, fetching after the balls, just running around. Like it wasn't like there was no structure in their game. Switzerland, however, surprisingly goes through. Um, they had a slow start to the tournament, but they did come in at a point, and Shaqiri had his part in it. And Wales, they finished with the same amount of points as Switzerland, but with a better goal differential. So that's why they're in second. But honestly, like the biggest surprise again in Group A was Turkey. Apart from that, it
That
was
was
pretty much yeah.
That was without beating about around the bush there. Turkey went from dark horses of the tournament to completely laying an egg in
Yeah,
Group A. I
yeah,
think they got their tactics completely wrong, and you saw that right away from the first game against Italy. They just sat. They
yeah. But you
sat
could
back.
argue that Italy is a bigger team, so they were gonna like sit back and wait for them to make the plays, but it didn't get better with the other games either.
Yeah, honestly, I had I had much higher hopes for them in this group. Definitely, they should not be finishing fourth with no points. I think the only other team to have no points was our other dark horses, North Macedonia. I think we
Yeah,
beat
but it's the only team with 0 points for the. Oh no, never mind.
no North
Macedonia, North
Macedonia
Macedonia.
too.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it. I didn't
If
see it. I
anybody
didn't see
listened to the first episode, we're gonna sound like complete doorknobs because we were so high on both of those teams.
it. It's
Hey,
okay.
that's
You
that's
gotta risk it
Hey,
sometimes.
we put ourselves out there, okay? If we would have been really smart people if it would have worked out, but it clearly didn't. We were seeing things that other, I don't know, that anyways,
Other
I don't
people
know.
didn't see.
But Italy came to play. 3 games, 3 wins, 7 goals for, no goals against. I think it's like 30 games unbeaten now in all competitions,
Yeah,
10
but when's
games
the
in
last
a
time they
row.
game? They won a game against a big team. When
It's
was
gonna
it
be
like?
on. It's gonna be on Saturday. It's gonna be on Saturday.
Austria has a big team.
Hey, don't
Austria
bring
has a big
Austria
team.
down. Don't bring Austria down.
I'm not bringing
Uh,
them down. I'm just saying it's not France. It's not Portugal.
we'll see after that. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves.
It's not
But yeah,
Belgium.
we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Italy definitely came to play though. Definitely did what they had to do, and I don't think they can complain much. Chiellini's out hurt. Hopefully he gets back in time for Saturday. Maybe Acerbi's gonna have to take his spot. Verratti's coming back from injury too. He played in the last game.
Yeah, but
It's
would you
looking
put him
good.
in the place of anyone that was in the midfield, whether it is
I
Locatelli, Jorginho, or Barella?
personally, if I was the coach, I think I would kind of keep the three that were going, but from what I
Exactly.
hear, I think Verratti's gonna take Locatelli's place actually on Saturday.
Locatelli's place.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing. He's
Oof.
gonna take Locatelli's place on Saturday. Apparently, I'm not sure though. We'll have to see what happens on Saturday. But yeah, that was kind of Group A. Wales did just enough to get through. But definitely here, the big disappointment is Turkey.
I think the biggest game in this whole group was Wales winning 2-1 against Turkey.
Yeah,
2-0 actually against Turkey. It was a very big game because me personally, like it surprised me. I didn't think Wales had such a solid team and was able to like cause problems to other teams. Because when you look at Turkey and Wales on paper, it's pretty much like it looks like the same type of team, you know, like some good players, some average ones. But like honestly, like the Wales team surprised me a lot.
yep, definitely. Now, Group B. Group B is actually quite interesting when you look at the points. You have Belgium in first on 9, and then
And then they all had
second,
three.
third, and fourth all on 3
Yeah,
points.
it's
Wow,
insane, insane,
it's
insane.
uh it's a bit unlucky for some of them. I mean, there's other groups where 3 points was enough, and here second, third, and fourth all on 3. And unfortunately, Russia is the odd man out, finishing in fourth.
Yeah, but
Uh,
look, I think that if it wasn't for Ericsson getting out in the first game, obviously the way he went out, I think Denmark finishes with at least 6 points,
yeah,
at least. Because when you look at the team, like I wasn't like Breathwaite, Daniel Vass, Miley on the right. They have a very good team. Like it's a very good team. Like I don't see how they lost against Finland. Like I'm not taking anything away from Finland, but it's like it's when you compare it on paper to Denmark, it's like I don't know, it's lower, I guess, on paper, but
look, I think what
whatever.
happened to Ericsson was definitely a shock. Like that was actually scary. I wasn't watching the game live.
Yeah, but when you look at it, like it's I can't believe they went back to play. Like they were kind of forced to go back to play.
Yeah, I think it was he had FaceTimed them or something, and he spoke to them, and he said he wanted them to play. I heard
Yeah, but the
afterwards, but
UEFA
I'm
didn't give him much of a
surprised.
choice. They said if
Uh,
they didn't play it, if they didn't play 2 hours after, they were gonna have to play the next day. Like that was the only two options.
yeah, look, that was actually it was actually one of the scariest things I've ever seen. I don't know,
Yeah,
someone
it's
threw
really
him the
bad.
ball off the throw in, and then he just completely collapses on the
Yeah, he collapsed
ground.
right away.
That was actually scary. Actually scary. Complete shock. It's scary that everything can just change in like an
Yeah,
instant.
exactly.
Anyways, wishing Ericsson a speedy
Yeah,
recovery. But who knows? It
doing
might
better
light a
now. Yeah,
fire. Yeah, it might light a fire under Denmark. You never know what can happen now.
yeah. You never know. It's true. They're playing for him now.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. You never know what can happen. But Finland getting it done in their last game, getting the win, and
Hmm.
qualifying on for the next round. Belgium definitely look a lot better when Kevin De Bruyne is on the field. That's
Yeah,
for
but they
sure.
didn't. They didn't have one game that really stands out to me as a tactical masterclass where they really showed that the whole game from the first to the 90th minute they were like on top. I'm some would say the game against Russia, but there were so many moments in this game where like it was just like boring plays and passing the ball around. And against Finland, it wasn't the greatest of games, and against Denmark, it was a very hard game. They won the game 2-1, I think. Like it was a very tight game.
Yeah.
So I didn't feel like Belgium was as strong as it was against France, for example, in the last World Cup. But it's just the beginning of the tournament. But
Exactly.
it's
They'll start building up steam. We'll never know how they actually play until they well,
they
their
actually
next
do.
game is going to be an important one. Let's see if
Yeah.
Big Rom can keep scoring goals. He already has 3 goals in the tournament. Actually, there's quite a few players on 3 goals. Um, there's quite a
Mm,
few. I think I know that there's, well, Lewandowski was on 3. Schick is on 3.
yeah.
Wijnaldum's on 3. Forsberg's on 3. And then there's Cristiano Ronaldo on 5. So Big
Yeah,
Rom is
but
playing his part.
Ronaldo, how many
How many?
open
Yeah,
play goals did
it's.
he score?
But look,
Only
at least he
pens,
fin.
only pens.
Yeah, okay, but he did his job. He's doing what he has to
Look,
do.
I have a lot of trouble with people saying that the game against France. We'll get back to it, but the game against France yesterday was a Ronaldo masterclass, and that he carried Portugal. He just scored two pens. Like in open play, he wasn't there. Like it's
Slow down, slow down. Group F is the last group.
yeah, yeah,
Group
yeah. We'll
F
get
is
back
the.
to it.
Yeah, I see France. It's already getting you nervous over here. Nervous, nervous. Anyways, so that was Group B. Pretty, nothing crazy in Group B. It was pretty normal. Group C also wasn't anything crazy in my opinion.
No, no. Group C. Again for Netherlands. I think it's like pretty much the same thing with Belgium. Like not one game that stands out as a very very good game. Interesting game, yes. The game against
Interesting, yeah. That
Ukraine,
was
yeah. But if looking at it from the outside, but if I'm a Netherlands fan and I look at this game, I'm like, whoa! Like we almost lost to Ukraine. Like with all the
oh yeah.
team we had, like with all the respect I have to Ukraine, obviously, like incredible game, but not not the same category as Netherlands, and they almost lost the game.
No, yeah, definitely. And I think we were a bit too high on North Macedonia in this one.
Yeah, but you could. It's their first major
Yeah,
tournament. Like
yeah.
it's
And look, can't take anything away from them. They qualified for the tournament. They did what they could, and
yeah.
unfortunately, I just don't think it was their tournament. Well, you never
Nah.
know in the next international tournament what can happen. But this group, pretty much, as advertised, Netherlands finishing first, Austria, they have very strong team, very strong individual players, finishing in second, and Ukraine just getting by in third. And who knows?
Yeah, you never know.
No, yeah, you never know with this group. You never know what can happen with Ukraine and Austria in the next round. I'm interesting. I'm interested to see like how far the Netherlands can actually go in this tournament. Like I'm just not sure. Like they won their games, but it's just I don't know. That whole side of the draw is a bit weird to be honest that
Yeah,
they're
it's
on.
true. But honestly, the one thing I could say about this team is that Dumfries on the right is impressive. He's
Honestly, I
really impressive.
they honestly that game against Ukraine, I remember watching it and just the whole game, Dumfries is completely all alone on that right side of the pitch. And it makes absolutely no sense how it took Ukraine. It took 90 minutes and they didn't understand that they had to cover Dumfries
Yeah.
on the right side of the pitch. And that's how they end up losing the game at the end. After they come back, they score 2 goals and it's 90 minutes and you don't understand that Dumfries is all alone.
It's true.
Like
It's true.
I don't understand. I don't know
Yeah.
how it didn't click in their heads.
Yeah. So that was for the Netherlands. The Netherlands, I think their best players, Wijnaldum and Dumfries for their group stage at least.
Yeah, Wijnaldum 3 goals. We said it before, 3 goals.
Yeah, a couple
Wijnaldum.
tap ins, but still.
Right, goals are goals at the end of the day. Group D, England first, Croatia second, Czech Republic third, Scotland fourth. I think that's another group that I
I don't
perfectly
know about you.
predicted.
I don't know about you, but this was the most boring group out of all of them for me personally.
I can't believe England finishing first, scoring 2 goals. I know they didn't let any in, but he didn't.
Yeah, like
Yeah, he didn't play until the third game. No, he didn't. Did he
yeah,
even? Yeah,
yeah,
he came on in
exactly.
the third. Yeah, he came on in the third game.
He came on at like with like 10 minutes left, 5 minutes
Yeah.
left. Like it's ridiculous. I don't know.
No, yeah.
Like
But look,
Croatia against England, the first game 1-0. We say okay, it's the beginning of the tournament. It's fine. They'll catch on. 0-0 against Scotland, and then they play against Czech Republic and they barely win. Like it's England. Like I don't get it. Like they're supposed to be like, I don't know.
I
don't
thought
see
it was
them
going to be
going
able.
really far in
Look,
this tournament either.
the Scotland game. Look, it's a bit of a rivalry. So rivalry games, you never know what can happen. I know
Yeah,
there's a lot of
sure,
people
okay.
giving them like a lot of heat for that 0-0. But look, it's a rivalry game, and definitely Scotland came to play because they obviously didn't want to lose that game. But the group itself was actually pretty interesting because it was like one of those groups where like at their last match day, it was like anyone could still qualify, like depending
Yeah.
on the wins and stuff. So it was cool in that sense. Czech Republic, Patrick Schick, definitely stepping up though in this tournament.
Goal of the tournament for now for me.
Yeah, what a goal that was. What a goal.
Oof.
It was in the first match day, right? It was the first match day.
First game for them.
Yeah, he's stepping up. Czech Republic finishing in third and qualifying for the next round. Honestly, good for them. Let's see what they could do. You never know. Croatia perhaps doing better than some people perhaps thought they would do. They actually finished second, and but I don't think they'll go too
when you
far.
look at the points,
yeah, the rest
they have the same goal differential and same points as Czech Republic. The only thing that's putting them
Definitely.
up is they scored one more goal.
Definitely, but look, England. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Do you go with
it's or they wake up or they're dead in the next round? Like they're not.
Yeah,
I don't see them going through against Germany.
No, yeah, scoring 2 goals over the course of 3 games, and look, I don't see I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm not as hopeful as I was perhaps for them at the beginning of the tournament. That's for sure. But yeah, Sterling's gonna keep playing for them for sure. No way that Southgate's taking
Harry
him.
Kane is really, really, really disappointing. Harry Kane.
What are you gonna do though? I don't see him coming out of that starting 11 though. I don't think you take Harry Kane out of your starting
I
11.
know, but when you look at it, like when you see good players like this playing the way they play, like Rashford not being able to make a pass, like Sancho on the bench, Harry Kane can't score one goal for the whole group stage. Like something's wrong in this team. I don't know if it's the coach. I don't know if what it is, but something's wrong in this group. Like it's impossible for England with all the talent they have to score 2 goals in 3 games. Like
No, yeah, definitely. If you were Gareth Southgate, who's your four attackers that are starting the next game?
me,
Yeah.
for the next game, I would put Sancho, Foden, Kane, Sterling.
Okay.
Or I'll sub out Kane and put Rashford because sometimes they do need speed.
Look, yeah, I think that look, I don't think unfortunately, I don't think Sancho's going to start the next game. I
Yeah,
thought
me
he would
neither.
have more of an impact. I mean, Jack Grealish has been playing quite a bit. Um,
Yeah, but he
but
he didn't start him for the first 2 games either. Like he was
no,
like
yeah.
he didn't want to play him. Like I don't understand. Like I know that he works on like who gives me the best like work ethic and like who gives me the most in training, which is good. But also like don't forget like these players like Jack Grealish plays for Aston Villa. Sure, had a good season, but Jadon Sancho had an amazing season playing for Borussia Dortmund in the Bundesliga. So it's a different standard. It's a different. I don't know. Like that's just my opinion, but I think
If Sa-
Sancho should start over Grealish.
if Sancho played in the Premier League, do you think he'd be starting in this team?
I think he would. Yeah, honestly, I think he would.
Yeah, it's a bit. Anyways, look, we'll see. Maybe he'll have more of an implication in the knockout stages because England definitely need more goals, or else they're not getting
Yeah,
anywhere far in this tournament. Group E was honestly a bit all over the place. Poland laid another egg, complete, I don't know, disaster. I thought they
yeah,
were going to do
really
a lot
bad,
better. You thought they were going to
really
do a
bad.
lot better. Actually, you thought they were
Yeah,
going to do
but
better than I thought, but
because I thought Milik was gonna play, but I forgot Milik was injured, right knee. So what do you want? Milik injured. They didn't have a great tournament at all. I don't know. They were a bit unlucky for the first game, but for me, the honestly the biggest surprise was Alexander Isak from Sweden. He was incredible. The game against Spain, I think every time Sweden had the ball, it went from him, and he almost scored first of all. And he was amazing on the ball. He was dangerous every time he had the ball. He plays for Real Sociedad, like he plays in Spain, like he used to play. Like he's used to play this type of football, but like he was absolutely amazing. Like I loved Sweden this tournament, and I'm very happy they finished first. To be honest,
no, yeah, definitely. You think Isak's got a move coming up this summer, maybe?
I think he's gonna stay at Real Sociedad for now, but he does have teams looking at him now. I heard Manchester United were interested, but again, like Manchester United are in every single transfer rumor,
Oh
so
yeah, but that's just that's
it's
just
the
what
usual.
what it is when you're Manchester United and you. But yeah, Sweden definitely coming up big, 2 wins and a draw. Kulusevski definitely helped them a lot when he came back in after his COVID-19 incident. Two
Hmm.
assists in the last group game coming off the bench. Hopefully, we get to see more of him. I hope I get to see more of him in the knockout stages because he's definitely a dynamic player who can make a difference.
Yeah,
Even if it's just as a sub, it's okay. He can still make a huge difference. Spain 6 goals for, 1 goal against, but only 1 win. What do you think is gonna happen with Spain in the next stage?
I think they're not going through. Like honestly, like against who they're playing next. I think they're playing against
It's Spain is playing against Croatia.
Croatia. Okay, so they might go through against Croatia, but I don't see them going through against France or against someone else because Spain, honestly, apart from the last game where they had a blow up on the offense, I don't see any danger man up front. They have a very good midfield. They have a meh defense, like really no one standing out. Laporte being like he was good, but like playing next to Pau Torres, who's honestly, in my opinion, not the best. Jordi Alba is getting a bit old. On the right, they're playing a center mid. They're playing Llorente. It's not the Spain that's gonna go far. I don't see them going further than the quarterfinals, to be honest.
Well, Morata was god awful. I mean, it seems like the
Oof.
only team he can play for is Juventus. He
How
doesn't
many
play
how
good
many how
anywhere
many
else.
pens how many pens did they
I don't know.
miss?
I don't even want to know all the chances he missed. All the from the pens to the chances. It's like the only team he plays okay for is when he's in a Juventus jersey. For real, it doesn't make sense. It
He's gonna
doesn't
play
make sense.
he's gonna play for Italy next World
Honestly,
Cup.
maybe he'd play, but he should change his nationality. Maybe he's gonna play a bit better. It makes no sense. He was absolutely awful.
Yeah,
Oh
it was
my
really bad,
god!
honestly.
And he started all three games, I think, or
Yeah,
the
he
last.
started all three games, and the second game, what they did is they had Gerard Moreno play with him.
Honestly, I don't know what they're gonna do for their knockout round game. I think they have like they're on definitely they're on the harder side of the draw, but their first game is definitely one that they could like handle. It's Croatia. It could have been a lot worse. So they're probably like lucky in that sense. But you're right. Spain, I don't know. I don't see them making a deep run, and just I can't get it out of my mind. Morata was awful.
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
was
but
really
we
bad.
knew that though coming into the tournament. I don't think anyone thought that Morata could lead the line for them, but I didn't think it would be that bad. I thought he would score something here and there, but
It was really awful.
jeez,
Yeah, yeah, it was really awful.
what are you gonna do? And then Slovakia, third place.
Hey, they played their game. Like they played their role. They have a role of like the team that's gonna be annoying to play against because they're obviously not favorite to finish first or second. So they really play the role well. Like I really liked their games. Like they were playing counter. They were playing solid in the back.
Mm,
Skriniar leading the lines in the back. So I wasn't surprised. It was a good team. Like, it was I was happy with their tournament, to be honest.
Now the group of death, all the three big teams, luckily making it out of the group. It was definitely scary. The last match, oh my god, I thought Hungary was gonna make it out. They were winning against Germany. The other game was going in their favor too. I was really hopeful for them. Hungary, wow, they definitely surprised us. Two draws and a loss, and we should apologize to Hungary because we completely wrote them off in the first podcast.
Yeah, but they played it like again like the same team, the same thing as Slovakia. They had a role to play in their group, and they played it perfectly. I think the last day, so yesterday, was for example Portugal. They went through every single spot in the group. They were winning 1-0 against France. They were number one in the group. Then France tied it up. They went to second because Germany was losing against Hungary, and then it ended up finishing 2-2, and Germany equalizing and finishing 2-2 against Hungary. So Portugal finished third, and Portugal last when France was winning 2-1. So Portugal went through the whole every spot, and at a point Hungary was going to get qualified for the next round, which would have been like crazy to imagine that a team like Germany or Portugal would have gotten out in the group stages.
No, yeah, it was definitely possible. Like even the Portugal finishing in third, they're lucky to even have 4 points and be out of this group.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
how do you feel about France's play through the first three games?
Um, the first game against Germany, I was really satisfied because they played their game. I know France is very like comfortable playing on counter, so that's what they did. They just sat back, they waited for Germany to waste chances and just went up. Now for the second game against Hungary, I was really disappointed because Didier Deschamps didn't change his tactics enough for them to take advantage. They still played in a 4-3-1-2. So very conservative lineup. Like I was expecting him to put in Dembele and Coman and like play on the wings and like move up and like play with the ball and make it interesting. But when we saw that the difference it made when Dembele stepped in, first shot on net he hits the post. Like it was like we needed like players that were quick, players that wanted to score. Like he didn't bring this, and the game finished 1-1. So like we clearly saw that he didn't do the right choices. Now the first half against Portugal was the same thing. It was really bad. If it wasn't for Benzema's pen at the end of the half, it was a really like it was a terrible first half. Like Portugal were like making the right choices. They were making the right passes. They were dominating the first half. Like it was really bad. Second half was way better for France. When Benzema woke up, they had finally Benzema woke up. I should say because it's been a while he didn't score for France. But yeah, I mean I'm happy, let's say, about France because it wasn't that bad of a first three games, but certainly like there's a problem now for left back because Lucas Hernandez is on the yellow card. Lucas Digne is probably injured, and they played Rabiot last game left back. He didn't play too bad to be honest, but like it's a problem. Like there's a lot of question marks in the French team. I'm very anxious to see how it goes.
Oh yeah, definitely. Actually, Rabiot lost his place in the starting 11 for the third game. Tolisso started. I think Rabiot had
Yeah,
started
but
the first two, but I don't think he was convincing enough for
yeah,
Didier Deschamps.
I think Rabiot is coming back next game for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, he deserves it. I mean, he played very well as left back. He played very well as center mid when he was moved up later on in the game. I think and Tolisso really had a very bad game last night. It was I don't know. It was not that good.
And Koundé getting the start at right back in the third group game.
Yeah, but only because Pavard played terribly for the first two games, like
Who's
terribly.
who's your right back going into the knockout stage?
To be honest, I would put Leo Dubois. I know he played for Lyon and he's not the best, but for me, Leo Dubois deserves this chance. Like I don't see why he would put Koundé. I know Koundé is impressive and training and everything, but he's not a right back. He's a center back. Like if you want to put him for Varane, no, Varane is incredible. Kimpembe is doing a very good job. So for me, Koundé should stay on the bench, and you put Leo Dubois or you keep Pavard there. But I don't know. It's up to Deschamps, I guess. But for me, Leo Dubois should get the start.
Cristiano Ronaldo lighting up the group stage, 5 goals. I'm sure you'll tell us how many tap-ins he had and how many penalties he scored, but
Don't
nonetheless,
get me started on Cristiano Ronaldo. This guy scores scores 3 pens. I don't know how many pens he scored. Oh wow, Ronaldo masterclass, 5 goals. Wow, he had one tap in, 3 pens, and one good goal. Like that's his tournament for now, and people are like saying Ronaldo is the best player. Ronaldo, blah blah blah. These people.
yeah, look, it is what it is. 5 goals nonetheless, topping the goal scoring charts for now. Renato Sanchez played having a good game.
Oof. He pushed Bruno Fernandes out of the starting 11. He had an amazing two last games. He was very good. Like I don't know why he didn't start the first game.
No, yeah, definitely. We'll see what happens in the knockout stage. I mean, it's pretty hard to keep Bruno Fernandes off the field, but when you have a game like Renato Sanchez had,
Jose Mourinho exploded Bruno Fernandes, by the way, but that's
oh
another
yeah, I
thing.
didn't see that yet. He
Did you
did
see
for
the
real?
interview?
No, I didn't
Did you
see
see
it.
the
He did.
interview? He said that when Bruno Fernandes plays with Portugal, it's like if Portugal are playing a 10 on 11. So it's pretty vile interventions there, but
Oh my
that's
God,
Jose
Jose
Mourinho. That's
Mourinho.
how he is.
You never get old of when he talks. He always has something interesting to say. And Germany getting through second in the group, although they
Yeah,
did lose the.
they had a good
Uh,
game. I like their game against Portugal. Like the game against France, I think they should have buried their chances. Like they had a couple chances. Gnabry, Müller, they had chances to bury. And the game against Hungary, I was really surprised how Hungary like they really bothered Germany. Like at a point, like it was just moving the ball around and they couldn't do anything with it. So it's interesting to see how it's gonna go through. But football is football. You never know what's gonna happen.
yeah, well, look, I mean, Germany have, well, some will say is a tough opponent in the next round, but they weren't exactly super convincing either, England. So you never know what can kind of happen in that game. That being said, let's transition. Let's move into predictions for the first round of the knockout stages, the round of 16. And look, from the way it looks right now, one side of the draw looks a lot stronger than the other. So I think a lot of people are thinking that the winner of the tournament is coming from one specific side of the draw. That with France, Belgium, Italy,
Yeah.
all that, all that. But look, we'll see. It's look, that's just the way that the groups fell. That's the way that everybody finished in their groups, and that's the way the draw ended up. So let's see. Let's predict the games for. I think they start Saturday, but they'll go until Tuesday or something like that. They're spread out a bit over the
Yeah.
next few days. Okay, so
So
where you want to go
for the first
first?
game, yeah, Belgium Portugal. So
Oh,
it's a very dangerous game. Why? Because for me, either team that goes on to this wins the game could go on to the final. Like I don't
uh,
see how they wouldn't be able to go to the final.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think it's going to be really tight. Honestly, I don't. A lot of people saw Belgium winning the tournament at the beginning.
Yeah,
You
but
know, a
not
lot
after
of
their
people.
games.
No, yeah, I mean, and then, but there was also a lot of people who were very high on Portugal, and now they're going to have to play each other in the round of 16. So I think it's going to be a really interesting game.
If I had to make a
Personally,
choice, Portugal.
oh yeah, so you have
Yeah,
Portugal going through in this one.
yeah, I have Portugal going through in this one.
I'm sticking with Belgium on this one. I think they're gonna get it done. I think Kevin De Bruyne and Lukaku are gonna have great games, and I think they're gonna get it done against Portugal. That's my prediction for that game. But this is
Hmm.
definitely one that can go. I mean, anyway. I mean, they're two
Yeah,
really
yeah,
strong
yeah.
teams. Okay, next.
Italy, Austria. I'll let you go first for this one.
Look, I think Italy need to win this game. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
obviously, there's a lot of people
100%.
that, obviously people don't want to be too high on Italy. Obviously, let's not say things like they're going to win the tournament. They can go out in the next round to the winner of Belgium or Portugal. And I think people will say,
Probably
look, it
what's
is
gonna
what
happen
it
in my
is.
opinion, but yeah.
Yeah, look, we'll see when we get there. But look, you got to beat Austria. You did what you had to do in the group. You won your 3 games. You didn't concede any goals. And now just do what you got to do. I mean, obviously, Austria is pretty favorable draw. I mean, they're still a very good team. They have very good players, but I think
Yeah,
I'd
but
rather
it's
play
not the standard
Austria.
of the.
Yeah, yeah. Look, I'd rather play Austria than play like Portugal or Belgium in the round of 16.
Yeah, I
So
completely
look,
agree with you.
they got to do what they
Italy
got to
should go
do.
through in this one. Yeah.
Yeah, they gotta win. There's no other choice. You can lose later on in the tournament, but this one you gotta win. And a lot of people like appreciated the way Italy played in their 3 games. They were very attack
Yeah.
minded and everything. And so look,
Yeah.
we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But yeah, definitely I have Italy going through in this one.
Hmm. So for the next game, France against Switzerland, I think it's the same thing as Italy, Austria. I think France, if they think they could make it to the final, I don't see why they couldn't beat Switzerland. Switzerland is not the most solid team. They have a very good team. Like they stepped up at the end of the tournament, sure, for sure. At the end of the group stage, I mean. But France, we're talking strictly on paper now because that's all we could base ourselves on, and on the form of the moment. Like I think France shouldn't have a problem going through past Switzerland.
Yeah, look, France definitely needs to start building up momentum. It was a pretty rocky ride in the group stage. Wasn't
Yeah,
exactly the most consistent of performances, but look, now it's the knockout stage. Let's go. It starts now Switzerland, and then you just got to keep building up from there. So if they want to have a good knockout stage, it definitely starts with this first game. And yeah, me too. Obviously, I have France going through here. They
yeah.
got to get the job done with Switzerland and move on to the next round. Last game on this side of the bracket: Croatia, Spain.
So Croatia, Spain. I think it could go either way, to be honest. But I do have Spain going through because they have. I think with the last game they played against Slovakia, maybe they found a way to score. I don't know if it would help them for the game against Croatia, but I don't see Croatia being so much better than I would edge them for to win the game against Spain. I think Spain still has the overhand over Croatia.
No, yeah, definitely. I agree with you on this one. Spain kind of caught fire in that last game. We'll see if it continues into the knockout stage. But yeah, definitely, I'm putting Spain ahead of Croatia in this one. But look, you never know. Maybe the Croatians will come to play really hard in that game and kind of change the way that we see the game play out. But for now, I got Spain going through. Obviously, goals are not going to come from Alvaro Morata. We know that, but I think they'll get the job done. But
Yep.
I do think that the tournament probably ends there for them after that, though, even if they do win this game. But we'll see when we get there. Onto the
Yeah, we'll
other
see what
side.
happens.
Onto the
Oh,
other
Sweden,
side.
Ukraine.
Sweden, Ukraine. As much as I want my 1/4 Ukrainian heritage speaking here, and I want Ukraine
To
to
go
go
through.
through, but look, I think Sweden's gonna go through in this one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They had
100%.
it. They
I
had
think
it.
it's
They finished
over.
first in their group. They did what they had to do, and definitely, Sweden is probably gonna go through in this one for me at least.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother arguing with you. It's really like Sweden has the overhand in this game. That's not even. I mean, Ukraine. You never know. Ukraine could cause a surprise, but
Yeah,
if they win again, it would be like a surprise. It wouldn't be like a like I saw them going through. No, it's a surprise. If they win for me, it's gonna be a big, it's gonna be a big surprise.
it's definitely one of the games that I'm excited to watch. Though I think it's gonna be an intense game. It could be close, and we'll see
Yeah,
what
it could go either
happens.
way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. England, Germany. This one for me. England did not
Germany.
impress. Yeah, England did not
Yeah, at
impress
all.
for me. I think they're going to disappoint their whole country. They will not bring it home. And I think this is the end of the line for them. 2 goals in the group stage. This is not the England that we expected to see.
That's not the England that they should be with the talent they have on paper. And as we said earlier, like I really, really don't see them going through against Germany, which is a team that scored four past Portugal, that really had an interesting group stage compared to England, who was really like 2 goals against Czech Republic, Scotland, and Croatia, like 2 goals. Like I really don't see them going through.
I mean, not to say that Germany was perfect. I mean, they were pretty rocky, finishing 2-2 against Hungary. But I don't know. I'm just really not impressed with England. And when push comes to shove, I think I'm giving my edge to Germany
Uh,
on this one. So yeah, Germany edging England in that game. I think we can both agree on that one. Netherlands, Czech Republic. What do you got in this game?
yeah, again, yeah, Netherlands are going to go through against Czech Republic. It's even on paper, even how they play during the group stage. I think Netherlands really, really has the overhand on Czech Republic. I know Patrick Schick had a good group stage, but yeah, Netherlands is Netherlands at the end of the day, and that's for me. Netherlands are going through.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. Netherlands will edge the Czech Republic in this one. Like you said, it'd be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how Patrick Schick plays if he
Yeah,
could keep up his goal scoring form. But we'll see. He's gonna have to go up against Matthias de Ligt at the back. The man, that he seems a lot older than he actually is. That guy, it's
only
incredible.
21 years old, eh?
Yeah, it's incredible how he plays at the back. He's a definite
Wow.
leader for them. And but yeah, for me, Netherlands going through in this one. This will be the end of the road, unfortunately, for the Czech Republic, who had a
Yeah,
respectable run.
very respectable, more than respectable even.
Yeah, last game,
Last
Wales,
game,
Denmark.
Wales, Denmark.
It's an
That's going
interesting
to be
one.
a very interesting. Like honestly, I if you tell me Wales are going to go through, and if you tell me Denmark are going to go through, like I don't know. Like I don't know how to position myself for this one. I would say Denmark would go through, but without Eriksen and with the form ways Wales had in the group stage, I'm really like I'm still edging Denmark because I don't know. I have this feeling that Braithwaite and Poulsen are going to make it happen, but I wouldn't like it wouldn't surprise me if Wales would beat them.
Well, look, as Gareth Bale would say, Wales, Denmark in that order. No, but all jokes aside, I have no, me too. I have Denmark going through on this one. Unfortunately, if I thought Wales were going through, I was gonna definitely use that Gareth Bale reference. But no, yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
Denmark's going through in this
You
one
still
for
used it,
me.
eh?
No, yeah, I still needed to throw that in there. It was pretty interesting. But no, yeah, Denmark's gonna go through in this one. Their fairy tale run is gonna continue. They're gonna play for Ericsson, and they're gonna get through on this one. I'm not sure how much further they'll make it,
Yeah.
but I see them getting past Wales in this one.
Hmm.
I'm not sure how much Aaron Ramsey and Gareth Bale can do. But look, it's gonna
Yeah.
be close. And, you know, if Wales end up going through, I'll be pretty okay with it. I'll be like, oh, you know, it could have happened
Yeah, it could
definitely.
happen. Yeah, exactly.
So we'll see. We'll see what they can do. But yeah, those are our predictions for the round of 16, starting on
Exactly.
Saturday with Italy, Austria, and continuing over the course of the next few days. So yeah, guys, look, that pretty much concludes our predictions. We'll be back definitely after the end of the round of 16, where we can look ahead to the quarterfinals.
Yep.
So definitely stay tuned for that. If you want to check out this episode, you could listen to it on Spotify, Apple Podcast. We're also on YouTube. Check us out, Football Minds. If you enjoyed it, leave comments. Tell us what we need to do to get better. We're definitely enjoying this international tournament. Hopefully, we have an exciting set of round of 16 games coming up ahead. So until the next round, ciao ragazzi. Thank you for listening, and we will be back
Salut tout le monde.
after the round of 16.